Hey everybody, welcome to Discard and Draw. I'm Steel, this is my brother Tank, and today we're going to be reviewing a computer game.
Wait, what?
Well, it's not actually a computer game. Well, it is a computer game. Oregon Trail, the card game, based off the computer game.
That's right.
Tank, tell me about this game.
This is a cooperative card game where you're all trying to get from Independence, Missouri, all the way out to Willamette Valley, Oregon. And so it's based off the computer game, like you said, and because of that, is obviously incredibly hard because the computer game was hard. Unless you were the banker, in which case you had all the money in the world and you can easily get there. But we don't talk about that.
No.
But let's open this up and see what it's like. So this is a setup for the game right here, and this plays 2 to 6 players, so it's pretty much always going to be set up the same. The only thing that's going to be different is how many supply cards everyone gets. That's based on the number of players. Everything else is going to set up pretty much the same way. Now, for each player that you have, you're going to write their name on this nifty little whiteboard that they give you. Keep track of everyone's names. And this is probably Steele's favorite part of this game.
That is correct.
And you get comes with the marker and everything, so
Got a little eraser on the top there.
yep. And on the other side of the whiteboard is the tombstones for when you die, because that's definitely going to happen.
Yup.
And then just like in the computer game, you get to write, your name and a little whatever you want to write on the tombstone there when someone in your party dies.
So at the beginning of the game, each player will get 5 trail cards. And in a 2 to 4 player game, each player will get 5 supply cards. In a 5 player game, you'll get 4 supply cards. In a 6 player game, you'll get 3 supply cards.
After you're done dealing out the supply cards, you're going to take the remaining supply cards and actually set them up into like a little market, basically. Because the rest of the game, these are going to be, you're going to be able to buy them, basically, for the rest of the game. And it's not random anymore. It's only random at the beginning. So the rest of the game, you have access to anything you might need. And you're going to need it. So the person born closest to Willamette Valley, Oregon, is going to be the first player in the game.
And on your turn, you can either play a trail card or a supply card if a calamity card is out and you need to take care of it. But more or less, you're going to be playing trail cards on your turn. Like this, you start at Independence and lay a trail card down. And then your turn is over and the next person goes. And the next trail card that has to be played has to line up with the trail that has been laid out before you.
Yeah, and they all have to be even. Like, you can't be like, look, that matches up.
Right, you can't...
Just don't look at the fact that the cards are not even.
Yeah.
It matches.
You can't make it up.
You can't be like this either. You can't be like, that's close enough. You can rotate the cards. It's just
Right, you can rotate them.
you just can't.
Whatever works as long as the cards are all...
You just can't be all off center like that.
Because then there would be no point to...
Then you could just play anything you wanted,
Yeah.
and it would be easy. You'd be like, look, I play all the blank ones. We win.
Yay.
Yay. When you play a trail card, you have to follow the instructions on the trail card. Some of them are blank.
Those are the good ones.
Those are the really good ones. Some of them say press spacebar to continue, which involves drawing from the Calamity deck. And some of them involve rolling a die. It's mostly these ones with the river on them. When you play one of those, you have to roll the die. And the game comes with this neat little die. Actually, the sides on this die are stickers that you have to put on. So, but the numbers look like they're little 8-bit numbers or whatever. So you roll a die. That's pretty good. And then the trail card will tell you what to do with the result. Usually it's even odd thing. Sometimes rolling a 1 does something really bad to you. But basically it's going to determine if you ford the river. if you do not ford the river on your turn, basically everyone has to keep trying until you ford the river. Everyone's got to roll. They can't play on their turn. They got to roll the die as their turn and see if they ford the river. So you're pretty much stuck at the river until someone fords it.
When a 5th card is played on the trail then stacks on itself into a neat little pile, using the first card as the top, and then starts a new trail, and you need 10 stacks, that's right, 10, of these 5 cards to get to Oregon.
Good luck. You're going to need it.
Yeah.
So in addition to the regular trail cards that you're going to be playing that actually have a trail on them, there are 2 safe cards you can play. Well, we say safe. I mean, there's some safe trail cards you can play, but there are 2 good cards you can play onto the trail that actually help you. And there's 2 copies of each of these cards in the deck, so, that's good too. But they are the Town and the Fort. These cards are great because you can play them onto any trail card. Doesn't matter where the trail is facing. They just automatically connect to anything. And they actually give you something to help you, which is rare in this game because it's the Oregon Trail. So the Town actually lets you either collect 1 supply card of your choice from the shop there, or lets you automatically heal a calamity that you have. The Fort allows you to collect 2 cards from the supply. And these cards, like I said, can connect to any trail, and you can connect any trail card to them from the fort or the town going forward. So if you're stuck, no one can play anything, you can throw a fort or a town down, and then anyone can throw anything out to connect to those.
Now, when you play a card that says draw a calamity card, just run for the hills. Don't even do it. But you have to.
It's not good.
Because it's going to happen.
It's going to be bad.
So let's draw a calamity card. Hopefully we'll get the dysentery. We can play another game.
You don't want to get... No. What'd you get? Snake bite!
Snake bite.
Yay!
You have died of a snake bite. So I'm dead.
That's it. There's no, you can't stop it.
You can't heal that.
It's just, look, snake bit you. You're dead.
You can't use medicine. You can't do anything.
Nope.
I'm dead.
Apparently they don't like sucking the venom out of a snake bite in the Oregon, so...
Steel's dead.
And there's just so many ways that you can die horribly in this game. I mean...
That's it.
There's just a bunch. What other ways can you die in this game?
Well, you get the dysentery, which is always my favorite way to go. But there's many more. There's the cholera.
Yep. You can get cholera.
Cholera is always fun. You got the typhoid.
Yep.
That's always a fun one. You get measles.
Yep. Measles will kill you.
Yep.
Yep.
There it is. Dysentery.
That's the one. You died of dysentery. It's right on the box. They're not hiding anything. You're gonna die of dysentery.
It's gonna happen.
So,
yep.
And the snake bite and dysentery you can't prevent from happening. If you draw it, you're dead. There's no supply card you can play that'll stop it. It just you die.
At least with these other ones, there are chances that you could not die.
Yeah.
Cholera, 2 medicine cards. Typhoid, clean water. Measles, you lose a turn, and you gotta play a medicine card.
Yep.
And there's other things in here like extreme cold. You need some clothing. You got the bad water for the clean water.
Yep.
Some things to slow you down too. You get a broken axle. That one you have to roll to repair your cart.
Yep.
Your wagon there. And of course, spare parts will clear that up too. Oh, there's starvation.
Yep.
You'll starve out there.
Food.
You need a bunch of food for that. And
200 pounds worth apparently.
Got the broken tongue on the cart, broken wheel on the cart, broken arm on your arm.
That one doesn't kill you. It just takes you out for, 2 rounds? Yeah, 2 rounds.
But
so that cart breaks down an awful lot. And there's just not enough spare parts. Your oxen can die.
Yep, the dead oxen.
Yep. You need a oxen card to fix that.
Because if your oxen die, you know you ain't pulling that cart. So
we'll hook Steel up and have him pull it the rest of the way to Oregon.
Yeah, I might as well. I'm dead. Who cares? Yeah. You got the thief card,
which just steals one of your supply cards.
So you lose a supply card.
That's less horrible.
There are these 2 cards though that aren't terrible. The food cards.
Yeah, those are the only good Calamity cards. You can spend bullets to get a food card, basically.
Yep, you go hunting.
That's actually, I think that's the only thing the bullets are used for, which is why there's only, I think there's only 2 bullet cards. So, now at any time, you can trade in 2 of your supply cards for one of any of the other supply cards that you might need. And of course, you can get more from the fort and the town. But that's still not going to be enough. You're going to die.
Yeah.
You're going to die. The only real way to... And there's 2 copies of each of these auto kill cards in the Calamity deck. So if you're playing with 4 or fewer people, your chances are still pretty slim. The only way to... I don't want to say guarantee, because it's still not a guarantee, but the only way to guarantee success, as it were, is to play with 5 or 6 people, because then you've only got 4 auto kills, and hopefully you can avoid the rest of the stuff that happens to you. And obviously with more people, you're going to have more supply cards to go around, and so...
And when someone dies, their supply cards, they get distributed, right?
You get
you cut them in half, and then you hand them out.
You get to will some to another player.
Right.
And so you don't automatically lose them all, but I mean
makes a horrible thing into a decent situation. You know, it's
and the first person to die becomes the storekeeper and takes, not that you really need one in this game, but what it makes them feel like they're still part of the game.
Because they kind of are, because they could still potentially win.
Technically, as long as one person makes it to Oregon, the whole group wins, but, I mean, if you're dead, who cares? Because you're dead. I'm pretty sure you're the only one that's ever made it to Oregon all the way.
Yeah. I think we were only playing with 4 people that time, too.
Yeah. That's, it's tough, because you got to essentially play 50 trail cards.
Yeah.
To win. That's your goal, is to play 50 trail cards.
50 trail cards that match up.
Well,
essentially.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah. So, but those fort and town cards, man, they come in handy.
They sure do. Those are good. But you're probably going to die if you play this game. So, Steele, what do you think of this game?
You know what? I really like this game.
Yeah?
I love dysentery.
Wait, what?
Wait, no. Okay, wait, no. Yes. No. Wait a minute. Yep, dysentery.
Okay.
Love dysentery.
That's a little weird.
The first time we played it, I really wanted to get dysentery. And you got dysentery.
I get dysentery every time we played this game.
That is also true.
I don't think I've ever not gotten dysentery in this game, which is weird because there's only 2 in the deck, and
you always seem to find at least one of them.
I always seem to find one of them. I always get dysentery.
But I do like this game. It's neat. It's kind of different. It's a card game.
It's cooperative.
It's cooperative, which I like. So you're all trying to help each other out. There's no conflict, which is nice.
Yeah, you don't like you don't like people messing with your stuff in games.
No, I don't.
And you can't really do that here.
Yeah, you really have to help. Yeah. In this game, because if you don't, everyone's gonna die.
Yep.
So it's nice. I like it. I think it's pretty realistic to what the computer game was, because in that,
oh yeah, definitely,
you had a great chance of dying.
Yeah, unless you were like I said, the only way to guarantee victory in the computer game was to be the banker, because you started with I don't know, it was $1,000, and you could buy like 2 or 3 extras of everything with that money.
Yeah, and
then just win just based on having everything.
Mm-hmm.
But if you were anything else, it was almost impossible to win. So, which, I mean, this game is pretty tough with fewer than 6 people.
Right.
So,
And like you said, this is my favorite part right here.
Yeah.
The little whiteboard with the tombstones. Mm-hmm. Get to write little quips about whoever died.
Yep.
But I think that's cool. They added this and they gave you the little marker and everything. And
it's very thematic. It makes sense for what the game is because that's how the computer game was. You got to write in your name for all of your. It was like you're in the computer game. It was like you, your wife, and like your 4 kids. You got to write and you got to make up their names, whatever you wanted, basically. And then when you died, you got to write what you wanted on your tombstone, basically. So it's very thematic. It makes sense with the game. Mm-hmm. So and I like the fact that the dice has the little 8-bit numbers. That's cool.
Yeah. Yep.
So this is definitely a fun. I'd almost call this like a filler game because it doesn't. It's not long. I mean,
especially if everyone dies pretty quickly.
Well, yeah. If you do horrible, I mean, you can die off pretty quickly in this game. So. And, so it's not going to, even if you don't die, though, it's not going to take a long time to play. Turns are pretty quick because you're either playing a card
you're playing or you're dying.
Yeah. So
pretty much.
It's not going to take, and it's a cheap game. You can go to, Target has it for, I think it's like $13 or $15.
Yeah, $15, something like that.
You can get it on sale for $10. I think that's what I got it for. I got it on sale for $10 at Target. So it was originally only at Target. I think other places sell it now too. So I don't know if the price is the same at the other places, but I know at Target it's pretty cheap. So you can get it there for it. So for the price point, what the game is, it's a good filler game to get. If you like cooperative games, if you played the computer game and you really liked the computer game for whatever reason, if you're like masochistic or something like that,
feel like dying.
Yeah, you can. If you played it back in the day, you probably will enjoy playing the card game because it's pretty much the same experience. Mm-hmm. They did a really good job of making it feel like Oregon Trail because you die of dysentery or snake bite or cholera or any of the other 15 things that can happen to you. Out on the Oregon Trail.
Yep, and everything's all 8-bit.
Yeah, the graphics are really nice, actually. The way it looks is really nice.
Yeah.
They did a really excellent job with all the graphics. I love the way everything looks. Fits the game perfectly.
Right.
So, this is, I got the little Willamette Valley cards. So, I mean, when you fill it up, you're going to have, like, one long trail connecting all the way to Oregon if you get that far. It's a neat little game. It's not a game that you're gonna probably like want to base your game night around, but it's a good filler game.
Or a good starter game.
Yeah, a good starter
game night, Mm-hmm. Like, all right, let's start this game night. Let's all die.
Yeah, of dysentery.
Or
cholera.
Or snake bites.
Yep.
Or the typhoid.
You get the typhoid. Yep, that's right.
It's a good time.
Get your name written on a tombstone.
Yeah.
A little epitaph saying why you died. Because you got cholera.
Yeah.
Or typhoid. So
that's it for this episode of Discard and Draw. I'm Steel. This is my brother Tank. Hit the... Oh boy. Alright. I gotta go.
Steel? What? Oh my, sounds like Steel got that dysentery he wanted. Oh, that's not right. Oh gosh. Flush! Turn on the fan! Oh, come on, man. That's not right. That's bad. Oh. So the player who was born closest to... I don't even...
Is that what it is?
So the person born closest to...
Yeah.
Sorry. But they're safe, they don't do anything bad, and you can basically start any trail card from I just knocked that. So Steel, what do you think of this game?
I gotta sneeze.
That's not what I asked you. So Steel, what do you think of this game?
You know, I actually like this game.
I don't like that.
No, I don't like it either.
That felt like you were like
forced.
You're like, I really like this game. It's great.